Hey guys, welcome back to another Redstone video. This will also be the start of a little mini-series, or maybe something that goes on a little bit longer. I plan to make one video every week about movable block entities until they're added to the game. So movable block entities are actually something that is already in Bedrock Edition, but in Java at the moment, blocks of an inventory like dispensers, chests, etc. are not movable. And I think the only reason why they're not movable is that maybe there were some time constraints when pistons were added. Developers just didn't want to implement code to shift over an inventory and just went with the solution that they're not movable. So eventually, I'm pretty sure it will happen in Java Edition. It's just a matter of time. We've been advocating for movable tile entities for quite a while, but so far it just didn't happen. So I'm gonna make a video every week until we get them. A suggestion that I got a few times already was that people request a flying machine that makes a basalt platform. That's something that's also possible in vanilla, but it would always require a player placing lava buckets, which is a problem because if you have some lag spikes, this might not be reliable, etc. And it's also a bit tedious. So you would need a player that is getting moved forward, places a lava bucket against the block, then the lava flows a little bit, makes the basalt, and then need to catch the lava again with your bucket, and then move one forward, etc. I did something similar years ago for movable cobblestone generators, using exactly this, but yeah, I haven't bothered to do it with Basalt yet because it's usually not something people actually want to build in survival. But with the movable block entities, we could use a dispenser instead. This would be a lot easier. We can just move this around and dispense the lava, bucket it back in, and this would also be 100% reliable and would not be affected by lag at all. Okay, let's try to get this to work. So all we need would be soul soil, then blue ice here on the side, and here is where we create the basalt, and then dispenser the lava. Let's try that out. We would need to dispense the lava, then wait a little bit, and then suck it back in. Right, so we could move this dispenser forward and then power it, and then we also need to power it a second time. So maybe we could have something like an observer here, and then a piston is getting pushed in front of the observer, then this should trigger the dispenser once, push it again and trigger it a second time. I think this might be something that could work. Let's try that out. Okay, seems like it only triggered it once. Okay, we have to try around a little bit. Another idea might be to push in the dispenser, trigger it, and then have an observer here detecting once basalt is generated and activate the dispenser a second time. So what we can probably do is just have a sticky piston there that's getting triggered by the observer and pulls down another observer that would give a second pulse to the dispenser to suck the lava back in. And can probably also use this to trigger everything in the first place. So just push it all forward, and it should give a pulse to the dispenser, and then at the same time the observer is also pushed up in the right position, then would be just pulled down again. Let's try that out actually. Yeah, exactly what we want. Once the dispenser has sucked in the lava, we should also move the whole machine forward again. So we could maybe just attach a sticky piston here that pulls in a little extension that pushes the whole machine forward. We should also worry about moving the soul soil and the blue ice forward. So we just connect it and push it from here. If you now just wire this up here, add an observer, we should have a functional machine actually. Let's try it out. That's the block. Get lava. Okay. Yeah. This is a functional basalt road maker. This would work infinitely and is 100% reliable, doesn't need a player. Perfect. Let's see if something like this would also work in the Nether dimension. The difference here is that the lava flow speed is a lot higher. It takes 10 ticks instead of 30 ticks for lava to flow. Right, same machine. Let's just try it out. Okay, it's definitely a lot quicker. Lava also flows a second time, but dissipates quickly. I think this is a success. The machine works in both dimensions. Let's also try to make a machine that would be in theory expandable. So let's just try to make a 3-wide module, but we can probably, if this works, just chain it. Alright, so here I thought we could connect the blue eyes. This also like this. Push this part forward somehow. And then we need to worry about the dispensers here in the back. So it's probably best if you have them here. Push them one forward, dispenser will trigger, disconnect them. So in order to make this expandable, the next module 1 block over, probably out of honey and so on. With the idea, honey, everything is basically easily tileable. So we move this forward, dispense the lava. Then we need to trigger this a second time. So we could try to use the detection system again. Or, yeah, in case of an expandable system, it might even be just easier if we work with fixed timings. I mean, we know that lava flows every 10 ticks. Instead of detecting it, we can just make a flying machine that has the right sequence, basically. Alright, so this is really not that pretty, but we got a working solution for now. Check it out. We got a nice platform. Alright, I'm gonna expand this a little bit. Let's make it about maybe 12 wide. Alright, here we go. We got our infinitely expandable Basalt platform generator machine. So I can just add more modules, just keep expanding the instant retraction line here and add the other modules to it. I think it's pretty sweet. It would be also so much faster than one player placing one bucket, obviously. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What I can also do on top is add more modules to the flying machine. Maybe shape the blocks in some way. So you could maybe the outer blocks, push them up and over, and slowly make a tunnel out of it. This would be one way to maybe bring those blocks in shape. There's definitely a lot of ideas you can now do on top of this. Okay, that's all I got for today. For the upcoming weeks, I have lots of plans and even show a couple more complex contraptions. So I'm really looking forward to that. In case you also want to try out the movable block entities, all you gotta do is install Carpet or Quick Carpet. I will link both of the mods in the video description. The difference between Quick Carpet and Carpet mod is that they have slightly different features, but both have the movable tile entities implemented. After you downloaded the file, just drag it into your Minecraft mods folder and install the current Fabric client version. Then in order to turn on the movable block entities, just go to Carpet. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!